Hello, friends. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're healthy on this, well, semi beautiful autumn day. Um, we're expecting more rain, but it's not here yet, but we sure can use it. Anyway, I want to thank all of you for your comments last week. They were pleasant and fun to read. So, today's short lecture is about canned foods. Now, we use it, we don't like it, more or less, but folks get concerned about the best buy date. Now, it doesn't mean that the food goes bad 24 hours after that date. All it means is that the canners believe that that is uh, the, the date roughly when the product does not taste as good, um, but generally that's just not true. And I'll explain why I know this. My family worked in canneries for years, and this was before the best buy dates. Okay, and we were allowed to take home cans that were slightly bent or whatever, as long as they weren't pierced or bulging. And we kept those for, oh Lord, many, many, many years. And as we went through them, we ate them, and they were fine. Every single can, as long as you were careful uh, to avoid ones that were bulging. And in 20 years, maybe we found two, and we tossed those out. Now, as for things that are placed in glassware, I would suggest that you place them in a dark, cool place because their color will change. The taste, not as much. They'll be perfectly good to eat. As a matter of fact, there was a riverboat that sank in I believe, the Missouri River 150 plus years ago. And a group of farmers, friends, were able to determine where it was. And uh, when they could, they dug it out of the soil. The river had changed, but they knew pretty well where this boat was. And after a lot of hard work, they found it. They found the cargo, they found the goods, and because the ship had been covered in mud and it was a cold river, most of the goods that hadn't been broken were still edible. Not too pretty, but still edible. So something like jam can last in perfect conditions for about 150 years. Now, just a week ago, my wife and I were cleaning out the back garage, and we found a jar that she had used to to pickle asparagus. We cracked that sucker open and popped those in our mouths. And she'd used a sweet dill concoction. And I'll tell you, those were good. They were still slightly crunchy. Um, nice snap. I'll I'll probably place them on a plate when I have some friends over and let them try this decade-old treat. So yes, cans can last much longer, years longer. How many years longer? I really don't know. I would be comfortable eating anything that would say would be 4 or 5 years past the date. Wouldn't bother me. Now, that does not include sodas. I've had some pretty crappy sodas that were 2 or 3 years past their date. Just don't, just don't work. Now, I've also had uh, coffees, instant coffees that hadn't been opened and were again perfectly good. So, oh yeah, canned fruits. They're handy, they're good. What can you do with them? Well, you can stew them, you can have them hot. If you do, you can add a pinch of ginger, a pinch of cinnamon, stew those suckers up. Great dessert. But here's another treat. If you have that time honored box of Bisquick, you can make fruit cobbler. You can use peaches. You can use apricots. They have recipes out there. Some are even on the box. They're not that hard. Um, so, go and try some. Try and make your own dessert. May I add that I always put cinnamon in mine. I love to put a pinch of really sharp ginger. I will sometimes add in chopped ginger. Stir it in there, cook it. It's really, really tasty. I'm sure that your parents or your grandparents made Jello with mixed fruits. My mom never did, but my wife's mother did, and I got a taste for it. It was not bad. So you can use that. Uh, what you want to avoid is if you have to dig into your supplies, avoid your food becoming boring. Hang on. That's why God gave us spices. Now, that being said, it's time for you to start broadening your experiences with spices. If you have never used curries, try those out. Try it with chicken. Try it with beef. Try it with pork. Okay. You can make a curry sauce. You could make a curry soup. And see if you like it. If you do, okay, stash that away. It'll last for ages. Also, have plenty of black pepper, salt, of course. Also have powdered garlic, powdered onion, because in the winter you might not have some left in your garden. We, or at least I have uh, garlic chives out back, which are almost immortal. They've been through drought. They've been through storms. They have been through elections. These things are tough. And they're pretty tall and they're really tasty. You want that to add to soups and stews. If you have lettuce and tomato, you can make a very simple salad. If you have a can of black olives, you can dice those, sprinkle them over your salads. Gives a nice little salty taste. Don't be afraid to experiment, but do it now. Do it before you're forced to start digging into your supplies. Of course, although it's not about canned goods. Well, no, it can be. There are canned beans you can get, all types. What the heck was that? That's a terrible sound. I get Bush's beans because they taste good. I will add a little oil to it or a little bacon fat, and I'll slowly cook it up. Refried beans, or just a bean soup. So try that. Also, if you want to keep it from being boring, you can add a tablespoon of salsa to it. Mild, uh, medium, hot, super hot, which I suggest you don't do. One thing that we often do is that when we go to Taco Bell and they give us lots of packets of sauce, we don't throw them away. We have them on hand to clip open and stir it into a sauce. Canned goods are your friend. When I was a child, well, and when winter came, it meant that our garden was used up. We had very few chickens left. Those that we had were for eggs. So we would dig into our canned foods and it never let us down. Maybe it's because my mom knew how to make it numerous different ways. I think so. So, my friends, that's about it. Please write me. Please let me know what you would like to hear about. Next week, I would like to talk about uh, what to do when your power goes out and you want to cook. And let's add, and it's raining outside. You can't use your barbecue. Let's make it a little hard on us. And in 2 more weeks, I'll get 5 new teeth, which I'm really looking forward to so I can stop lisping when I lecture you good folks. All right, now, you take good care. Stay healthy. Don't eat too much leftover candy. Bye-bye now.